In our last season, we were celebrating what we had done in the past, and now we're moving forward into the future with Remy Bumppo. And one of those things is to be choosing plays that are more relevant to what is happening for our audience and for ourselves now, and to talk about those things that feel really exciting and bring communities together into a more active discussion of what is going on in our world. So Truth Be Told comes from the three different plays that we're doing, all of which deal with the fact that it's very difficult to find out what the truth is. And we live in a society right now that may be said to be using the truth as a debating point. There are various alternative versions of the truth around, as there have always been. It just happens to be that has come up in our, shall we say, current cultural conversation. So for our 21st season, we've chosen three plays. We're going to be doing Thornton Wilder's The Skin of Our Teeth, followed by Eugene Scribes' Puff, Believe It or Not, ending with Debbie Tucker Green's Hang. And we're kicking off the season with The Skin of Our Teeth, which will be its 75th anniversary production. We'll be opening within a week of the original Broadway production in the calendar year, which is exciting. We're in touch with the Thornton Wilder estate. They're really excited about it too. And the play is one of those plays that you can look at and go, oh yeah, I kind of know that. It's not often done because it's huge. As I think Wilder said, it's a cosmic allegory. It takes on the history of the human race and our penchant for putting ourselves in peril. And then surviving through the skin of our teeth, obviously, war, pestilence, environmental disaster, refugee crisis, all the things that we think of as now as unique to us. And the play begins with those right out in front of you. And it suddenly hits you as like, this is so relevant to what we're doing now. And so many different things that are confronting the world that we need to be involved with, that we can't turn our back on. And we're kicking off the whole season with this hence, Truth Be Told. We're hoping that that will put us in the right frame of mind for the rest of the season. In the second slot, we're going to be doing a brand new world premiere adaptation or translation by Ranjit Bolt, the great British translator, of an obscure 1848 satire called Puff, Believe It or Not. And it is also, I would say, an absolutely delightful comedy. There isn't a dark side to it. But it is extremely relevant. There's a play which I found about 8-9 years ago. Amazingly has never been produced in this new version. And it's a farce about Parisian society and about a society that is in love with, as it says, charlatanism, or downright lying, basically. Everybody in the play understands that the way society works, and including whether it's capitalism, whether it's the stock market, or whether it's the media, or whether it's self-promotion, is by puffery, by lying for the greater good, they think. Or actually lying for personal profit is really what we're talking about. And that may sound familiar to people. I'm really excited to be directing it myself for a play that I've had in my back pocket for a long time. And its themes suddenly said, we needed to put this on the season. We've looked at it as something that felt like it needed its moment, and that moment is here and now. And again, I say it's a delightful comedy, and it doesn't make anybody a villain. Everybody in it is just a delightful rogue, and you want to spend the evening with them and just find out what they're going to do to each other next. And the third play in our season, to go in a completely different direction, is a play called Hang by Debbie Tucker Green, who is one of the most exciting current black British writers. This play was done at the Royal Court in 2015. It's a 75-minute, one-act thriller, three people, kind of Pinterest, you never know quite what's going on. Three women in a room having to come to a really kind of scary situation, a decision that none of them want to make. It's directed by Kira Fromm, who's a really exciting director around town, another young woman heading up a show for us, which I'm very excited about. Debbie Tucker Green writes in this amazingly poetic, very, very dense, but beautifully clear language. And the play deals with, I would say, the questions of justice and retribution, but it also deals with the idea of bureaucracy and being weighed down by red tape, when somebody passionately knows what they want but can't get it because everybody has to sort of obfuscate around a topic. But for me, it really talks about interracial communication, and particularly with the idea of how do you deal with reparation and trauma, and how do you talk about trauma and hear without putting your own language on it. And for me, that's what makes the play so powerful. Its main character is trying to be heard, and can't be heard. And I think right now that interracial conversation is hugely important for us to be able to hear and listen and learn to be great listeners, and that's what the play is about. And so we have 3 plays in our season. You couldn't get 3 more different styles, 3 more different sort of feelings about a show, for shows, 3 more different exciting projects for it to deal with. And we have, the 75th anniversary of Great American Classic, a world premiere translation of a French classic that nobody knows, which is really exciting always to do, and this really cutting-edge, postmodern, totally naturalistic piece of drama. So our ensemble actors get to test themselves against this type of work. We've got some great guest artists working with us, from the directors to the designers to the stars of the shows. And I'm really excited about what this season does for moving Remy Bumppo forward into the community, into the conversation, into these new topics, and spreads us out in a most exciting way while staying right on mission. This is about the big ideas, it's about exciting theatrical language, it's about opening up our conversation to more perspectives, learning as we step out into the world. And for me, that's always the great excitement of any piece of theatre, and this will do that throughout the season. 3 new conversations for us to have, which we invite you all to be part of.